for that very brief and very concise introduction. Really appreciate that. May I also acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land which we're gathering and pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. And also acknowledge Uncle Andrew Gardner for all his work throughout the years in trying to reconcile, educate and build bridges. And thank you very much for your service and particularly your community as well in advocating for equality and fairness. I'd also like to acknowledge Professor Nicola Phillips, the Provost, who's here with us tonight. We've got Boy Tai from the Victorian Multicultural Commission. If I keep going on, we'll be here for another few more minutes. But thank you everyone for joining us today. A lot's been said. I won't go over some of that territory that's already been covered. But I just wanted to highlight the point that Professor Madigan made about listening. I think it's very important that we do obviously listen to each other with respect, afford the human dignity to the other person and give them their right to express their view, because like Professor Nicholson said, university is a place for intellectual inquiry, scrutiny, character development and identity formation. And these are the years that when I look back at my years, I was just thinking about would I have done the same, because I was active in my youthful years in my university as well. I may have even joined that group. So it's normal to sort of recognise that kind of emotion, but like it was mentioned by Professor Madigan, there is a long-term view that needs to be taken, and civilisations are built on those long-term views and having a mature approach. Not to say that I was immature, I'm just saying that a long-term view gives you experience, lets you allows you to weigh up things in a more balanced way, and just life makes you grow and learn. So from that perspective, I understand their perspective, but just wanted to highlight the point that we should be considerate and be mindful that we are also integral members of a society that is built upon a democratic framework. So that is the cornerstone of this society that we're living in, and it's important that as individuals within that society that we also live up to the expectations and live as a citizen who has that right to express their view any which way, as long as it's done within that framework and it's accepted by society at large. And that will definitely help the cause reach greater audiences if we were to be done in that manner, not as a form of a criticism, just as a bit of a reflection. So I won't go on for too long, because my part is just to say, to offer the vote of thanks. And I'd like to just start off by saying thank you very much to our keynote speaker, Professor Dan Madigan, who I met early 2002, I think, in New South Wales, when I was at Affinity Intercultural Foundation, when he was a keynote speaker at one of our Abraham conferences that we held in Sydney. And we've known him since then, and he's gone on to do bigger and better things, and he's still fighting the good fight at Newman College, still educating, still building bridges between students, community. I don't want to finish without acknowledging the work that Professor Pip Nicholson does behind the scenes and champions this event. We thank her for her support and for the work that she does for building bridges and the work that she does within the university and reaching out. So thank you very much, Professor Pip Nicholson, as well. And as a final note, thank you all for joining us this evening, making it special. Ramadan is a time for, like mentioned above, introspective scrutiny as well as spiritual growth, but it's also a time for community and connection. And this is a wonderful occasion where we are able to at least come together in challenging times, but we are able to come and bring our humanity to this evening. So thank you again.